What is going on, everybody? So today I'm going to take you guys with me to a tank that's been like giving me nothing but problems. We've been servicing this tank for quite some time. The problem is when we picked up this tank, it was with a previous service company, and none of the stuff was quarantined. None of the fish were quarantined, none of the corals were quarantined, and it's just slowly been having problems because there's just been a crazy amount of aptasia. The corals were doing great at the beginning, but then the aptasia and the hydroids and everything just started becoming way too big of a problem and started killing all the euphyllia corals. There's even a problem with certain fish that could possibly be picking on coral. It's just, this tank just gives me all types of trouble, but I'm not giving up. We just recently did a big overhaul of this tank. There was tons of nuisance starfish in there. We added harlequin shrimp. I'm gonna go today to see if there's any less starfish than there were before in the aquarium. Long story short, every time I go to this tank, it's a challenge, and I'm gonna go there today. I'm gonna see what the tank looks like, but I'm not gonna give up on it. I know we can get there. We just gotta take it step by step, and every time I'm there like once every 2 weeks. I just gotta put a little bit more work in there, and I'm pretty sure we can get there. But I wanna share that tank with you guys because we can go over everything about it and why it's giving me such problems. But first, check this out. I wanted to talk about this little guy right here. This is a Randall's goby. It is a prawn goby, which means, you know, it will pair up with the pistol shrimp, just like a yellow watchman goby would. But I just love the markings on it. I love the white with the orange stripes. They're just such a pretty fish, and they have, you know, pretty good personalities. They don't have that grumpy face like the watchman goby, but they're just, I don't know, something about this fish. I've always just really liked them a lot. We have him at quarantine right now. He's in here by himself, chilling, eating like a champ. I think he's on his first, and then this will be, today will be his last day of his first week of quarantine. But highly recommend these guys, especially for nano aquariums, even pico aquariums. They get about as big as a yellow watchman goby, so they can get up to like, what, 3 inches or something like that, whatever that is. But not too big, but they will do really well in nano aquariums. Also over here, we have a Dijongi basslet, which is hiding. That is a Cuban golden basslet going back there, which I'll show you guys in another video. He's a bit shy. I want to kind of let him chill for a second, and maybe we can look at him in another video. And then our buddy right here, sharp-nosed puffer. These guys are super cool. Usually you see puffers and they're like those big fat round guys. These guys do the same thing. They puff up. They just got a little more slender look to them. This is a Bennett sharp-nosed puffer. And most of you guys know like the Valentini sharp-nosed puffers. This is pretty much the same thing, just doesn't have that color like the Valentinis do. It stays mostly brown, but it does get some nice blue, as you can see like right back there. Basically the same behavior though. Reef safe, not really. They will go after shrimp, possibly pick at corals, although I have not really seen that. But just a really unique looking fish, definitely would catch people's eyes. And then of course, what would a shipment be without some baby monos? Wouldn't believe how many people like having monos, even though they get super huge, they get really big. People love monos. People with big tanks just, I guess they like the way they shoal together. They kind of hang out together. But got some more little, more monos in. These guys are little. We're feeding them. They're voracious. They love to eat. These guys are on their second week. Oh no, these guys might, no, yeah, second week of quarantine right now. And then they'll go into 2 weeks of observation. And we already got as soon as we get them in, we already got a home for them. So they're gonna be going pretty quick. Just gotta make it through quarantine. And then our nudibranch experiment is going really well. See all the aptasia in there, but check this out. If we can look right there, that is an egg casing. Look right there. Egg casing all over the place. We are gonna have some baby nudibranchs in here in no time. This is really, really, really cool, being able to have Bergia nudibranchs, being able to raise them, being able to farm them, because if you guys don't know, Bergia nudibranchs eat aptasia. That's why there's aptasia in the tank. They specialize in it. That is their diet. And you know, you put these in customers' tanks who have a bad outbreak of aptasia, and these guys, you know, it might take a lot of them and it might take a while, but they will take care of all the aptasia in your tank, as long as you don't have things like wrasse and stuff that will pick them off and eat them. But great utilitarian. It's just a great option when dealing with aptasia. We've done this in tons of tanks. We put these guys in. Now, like I said, it does take a significant amount to see results quickly, but they do the job as long as there's no fish to eat them. Speaking of aptasia eaters, here's some peppermint shrimp. We have a bunch of them in here. These guys are hit and miss. They're not like the Bergias. These guys, You know, they're more like scavengers. They sometimes will munch on Aptasia, but it's not 100%. So you got to kind of get lucky with these peppermint shrimp. They're still, though, if you have a nano aquarium, they're still really cool to look at. I love all types of shrimp. I love like a balanced ecosystem. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and pack up the truck, head out to the customer's tank. But before we go to the house with the tank that's giving me all this type of trouble, I gotta stop by the school real quick. School's about to start up, and it's been a whole summer break. The tank's kind of not having anybody there to look after them, so we're gonna go today, give them a nice deep cleaning, and I'm gonna look at what we can do to get these tanks back and ready and looking good for the new school year, so the students are really proud and get excited about these tanks again. So I also have to pack up some seahorses to bring there too. So without any delay, let's head to the school. Let's get this thing going. So here I am at the school, and we are doing a deep clean. It's been all summer. Nobody's been at the school. It's back to school now. It starts in a couple of days. So I am doing a deep clean in here. I'm scrubbing everything. You can see the mess that I've made here. We're giving this reef tank a big scrubbing. All the fish are kind of a little stressed out, but that's okay. They need it. We're gonna do a big old water change on this tank. We're cleaning everything. And then also over here to the left in the seagrass tank, again, another deep cleaning, getting everything stirred up. And we're gonna be adding some baby seahorses to this aquarium. And then the final tank, the mangrove tank, which again, scrubbing, moving stuff around. It's very cloudy. We're gonna add more mangrove to this, a nice mangrove branch. And then we're gonna add some more sponge and feather dusters too. And then to this tank, we're adding not just the seahorses, but we're gonna be adding some other fish in here too that played well with seahorses. And then in the reef tank, I'll come Monday. Now this is Monday. Today's a deep cleaning. We'll add this stuff to these tanks in 3 days. Sorry, in 3 days we're gonna add the stuff to these tanks. Today's just a deep cleaning, but we're gonna add some more rock flower anemones. Everything here has gotta be from the Caribbean Ocean. Everything here's got to be from the Atlantic Ocean. It can be nothing that is Pacific Ocean. So we got to stick with that theme. So more gorgonians, more rock flower anemones, some more paligrandas, things like that. Maybe possibly some more sponges, maybe a flame scalp if they're available. But today's just a deep cleaning, and we'll get all the coral in here in about 3 days once the tank's settled. But yeah, it's been all summer long. We've kind of just doing topping off and everything. Today's a big cleaning before everybody goes back to school, so that in 3 days when the kids arrive, all these tanks will look great. And stay tuned for that, because I want to show you guys what these tanks look like once we get them all hooked up, because this is one of my favorite projects here at the school. There's also a touch tank too. So we got our little baby seahorses in here ready to go, hanging out, getting acclimated. There's a total of 3 of them in the tank. So this will be their new home. Plenty of room for them to grow and be happy. Excited to see them in here. I know the kids are gonna love them. And then remember, in this tank, it's all Caribbean fish. So we have a chalk basslet right there. We got a couple of chalk basslets in this tank. There's one there, and there's one up there. I think there's a total of like 4 or something. But we also have a cardinal fish right there hiding underneath. Beautiful redfish. Ooh. Pygmy angel, one of my favorite little pygmy angels. I love those small angelfish. They're really cool. And I think there's 2 more in here. There's another one over there. Cool little fish. Such a cool little fish. So much personality. What else do we have? There's another angelfish right there. We got a cucumber munching on the sand, and there's other fish in here, but oh. Sharp-nosed puffer coming out to say what's up. These guys are super cool. This is you see these a lot where we live in the ocean. They kind of hide in the seaweed. They're a really cool fish. Sharp-nosed puffer, and let's see what else can we find in here. I know there's more stuff. Oh, then there's like little jawfish right here. He's made himself like a little burrow. He's hanging out here. He grabbed some coral over there. Trying to disguise this little hole. What else do we have? I know there's more stuff in here. I guess everybody's hiding because I'm doing a water change right now, so everybody's kind of hiding. All right, we are all set here. We did the water change. Everything's looking better. Then Monday we're gonna come hook this tank up, make it look more like a mangrove tank, add a little bit more fish. Over here, cleaned, did a 50% water change on this, maybe even a little bit more. but the grass is growing like crazy, which is cool. Sponge looks great. And there goes our little seahorse in there. And the other one's around here somewhere. The other one's, this one's still on the plastic straw, or plastic bit there. And yeah, just little guys. So there's the third one back there. So there's 3 of them here. Super cute. And they got all this room to kind of grow and get big. We're gonna add some more later on, but we just got 3 for now. We'll add probably another 3. And last but not least, the blue light came on here on the reef tank, but did a huge water change on this one. Like, I took it down to here. So I'm really, really happy about that. Calcium alkalinity, everything's checking out good. So it is primed and ready for more coral to go into here. The problem is, again, like I said, it's Caribbean coral, which isn't as nice as the Pacific coral, but you know, we'll do our best to make it work. And I'd like to add more fish in here eventually, but I want to start with fish, so more gorgonians, anemones, and things like that. And cleanup crew for all the tanks. We're gonna get some cleanup crew, some emerald crabs, and maybe some Monet cowries and stuff like that to keep these tanks clean going into the new school year. All right, so here's the tank I was telling you guys about at the beginning of the video, the tank that it's been giving me all types of problems. I'm liking the way it looks to the naked eye. You know, this looks like a really nice little reef tank. It's only softies right now, but the softies are doing good, so that's a win, right? So that's a win. We get the softies doing good. That's a huge plus. The fish are healthy and happy. That's another huge plus. Rock flower anemones looking amazing, but there is some aptasia still in certain spots. I can see underneath that toadstool. Oh, the gorgonian looks really nice back there. The zoas, these eagle eyes look a little bit sparse. I'm wondering if there's picking going on there. Not exactly happy with the way those look. I have to keep an eye and really look to see if there's any hydroids or aptasia in there. I'll have to get those. But these are the 2 frag plugs I put in today, the 2 hammer corals. Fingers crossed. I really hope these do well. If they don't, if they die quickly, I know it's picking. If I look at this zoa, that zoa is doing really well. So let's just hope it's not picking, because if these fish are picking, oh, that would just be devastating. And if it is picking, I think it would be the blue tang, that chunky boy back there. I don't think it's a yellow tang. I would think it would be the blue tang. He's my #1 suspect. So we'll see how that goes. If we have to take him out, we'll, you know, maybe we talk to the customer about taking him out. He's getting a little too big for this tank anyways. So now we just try the introduction of LPS corals, maybe some encrusting corals next time. And let's see if they, you know, they start doing well. We can turn this tank around. But so far, it's looking good. Good coralline algae growth. The tank is not looking bad. So just going to put small frags in and do tester corals from here on out. All right, so that is our day here. And, you know, like I said, I still have really, really high hopes for that tank. I still believe that we can get this thing looking good. We already have it looking pretty good. It's not quite up to the standards that I'd want, but I believe we're well on our way. And with the addition of those Euophilia corals right now, I think we're really gonna find out whether there's fish picking on them or not, because we have managed the aptasia pretty well. And next visit, we're gonna take a look at those Euophilias and we're gonna add some Bergias. And yeah, I think we're looking up from here, so I'm excited. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.